Yesterday I gathered a few things from the garden, some lettuce, scallions, and tomatoes for a fresh salad. It feels like just yesterday I planted these tiny scallion seedlings from seeds that I sowed, but in only a month they've grown so much. Now this bed of cool season greens is thriving in this beautiful autumn weather. These are some of my favorite crops to grow, so resilient and full of flavor. To keep them going well into winter, I'll be adding a layer of frost cloth protection. Do you have a favorite crop that's been particularly rewarding this season? Let me know in the comments. Another cool weather crop, the shelling peas, were ready for picking as well. I'll store these in the fridge until I have enough for a full meal. Their taste is as vibrant as their green color, fresh and crisp. I'm thinking about trying to grow some peas in the greenhouse this winter. Have you ever experimented with growing cool season crops indoors? I'd love to hear what you've tried. I also had some snow peas ready to harvest, the perfect crunchy addition to any stir fry. In this same bed, I transplanted a few volunteer cosmos to bring in a pop of color alongside the pea flowers. Lately, I've been making mental notes to add more simple flowers as nectar sources for pollinators in the fall. This volunteer Mexican sunflower in the garden was absolutely covered with monarchs just a few weeks ago, and it was a beautiful sight. Do you plant any specific flowers for pollinators? I'm always looking for new ideas. There were a few nearly ripe brandywine tomatoes that I also picked and used in my steak salad that evening. Their rich, sweet flavor is perfect for late season harvest. It's always a treat to enjoy homegrown tomatoes, especially when the season is winding down. What's your favorite way to use the last of the garden tomatoes? I was excited to find 2 volunteer daikon radishes, just what I needed for the batch of fermented kimchi I'm planning. I tend to let volunteer plants grow wherever they land, and they often surprise me. I also noticed the celery is starting to go to seed, so I'll be harvesting that soon. The stalks will be perfect for the dehydrated seasoning blend I'm working on. I also gathered a few red cabbages. Though they're smaller than usual, likely due to the drought, they'll still be great for a small batch of sauerkraut. Do you let volunteer plants grow in your garden, or do you clear them out? Next, I dug up the ginger. Ginger is a rhizome, meaning it grows underground, sending out shoots from its nodes. In northern climates like mine, ginger isn't hardy, so I grow it as an annual. It can take several months to mature, but if frost hits, it can damage the rhizomes. Although it could stay in the ground a bit longer, I decided to dig it to let it cure in the greenhouse, where it will dry and sweeten. I also moved the ginger I had planted in a grow bag into the greenhouse, and I'm curious to see how much longer it'll grow. Grow bags have really grown fond on me. They keep plants thriving, especially planted in my compost and leaf mold used as mulch. Have you tried using grow bags? But I did harvest quite a few peppers today, some green tomatoes. As I pick through the peppers, the variety this year has been amazing. Anaheim, bell peppers, Aleppo, Fresno chilies, poblanos, and a slew of hot peppers. Some of my favorites were serranos, cayenne, Tabasco, and Thai chilies. I also planted chili de arbol, Scotch bonnets, and habaneros. The garden is full of vibrant colors and flavors, each pepper with its own distinct heat and character. I've already started fermenting some of these hot peppers with garlic, ginger, and other flavorful additions. Have you ever tried fermenting your own hot peppers? We were supposed to have gotten frost last night and the night before, and so far we've gotten by unscathed. But I have a feeling that it's going to get us tonight. This morning, the frost was just a little bit patchy over in this area, right over here. I was afraid they were going to freeze, but it was okay. This area actually stays shaded, so you don't get that sudden temperature change of the sun hitting them while they're just about to freeze. Not too bad. Just some frost out here in the open. It's okay. Earlier today, I took most of the peppers in grow bags that I wanted to keep and moved those to the greenhouse. Everything in the greenhouse is still growing strong, so I had to find space wherever I could to tuck things in. A few weeks ago, I had to cut back some of the plants. They were literally taking over. On the raised bed side, I have parsley, eggplants, tomatoes, and hot peppers still thriving. On the other side, potted plants fill the space. I have both a lemon and an olive tree, a poinsettia I've been growing since last year, as well as basil. These have all been growing here all season. Recently, I brought in a few new additions from the garden: lemongrass, an avocado tree seedling, and lemon verbena. I also divided and transplanted some lemon balm from the flower garden. These herbs make such soothing teas, perfect for winding down on chilly evenings. Fall was my mom's favorite time of year, so I love it for that. We used to go mom shopping together. Luckily, I have the greenhouse this year. That made winter much nicer last year. Gave everything a drench. So I just wanted to give you a rundown of the things that I do as I get ready for winter. It happens in phases. Some plants can tolerate more cold than others, but quite a few things are going to be just fine. Of course, the lettuce can tolerate 26, 28 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're not expected to get anywhere close to that, but I still want to keep the greens in good eating condition, and so that's why I added the frost pop today. The herbs: sage, thyme, oregano, parsley, tarragon, they can tolerate pretty cold temps. There's also a swallowtail caterpillar down here on the remaining dill plants. These beautiful pollinators often lay their eggs on dill, parsley, and other related plants. As the weather cools, the caterpillars form a chrysalis and overwinter in this stage, using camouflage to protect themselves until they can emerge as butterflies in the spring. It's one of nature's delicate cycles that quietly unfolds in the garden, reminding me of the importance of leaving space for wildlife to thrive. We also cleared out this area today. There was a small patch of the prairie, which I have about an acre of prairie back in here, mostly native plants. This area was just pretty much inundated by goldenrod and some native sunflowers, which were beautiful and are wonderful, but I have plenty of that. And I would like to convert this area into flowers that are shorter so that I can see the apiary from the house during the winter especially. And so I plan to restructure into shorter flowers, native favorites of pollinators like echinacea and rudbeckia. But I also want to plant some medicinals and some herbs for tea. So I'm still in the process of deciding what I want to do, whether I want to solarize the soil, try cardboard and mulch. The native plants that are here now, goldenrod and the sunflower, there's a few asters, but it's mostly those. And there's a few liatris and echinacea, a few other things dotted in through here. But the goldenrod and the sunflowers are really aggressive, native but aggressive, and I'd like to eradicate them. So I'm looking into the best method to do that. So if you're still here, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you spending time with me today. I just wanted to review some of the things that I do to get ready for the end of the growing season. It's not over, but for some of the tender plants, it is. I'm so thankful to have the greenhouse this year, and I'm not sure how this winter's going to go, but I'm ready for it. I'm sure I'll be doing several projects over the winter, and I'll be sure to take you along. So be sure to follow. We'll see you next time.